Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Well, this is what I've been up to lately. Been a little while since I put out a video. I've been really busy, you guys, so I thought I'd put out one to show you what I've been up to these past few weeks. Doing a little project for my daughter. She bought a home and we're going to renovate it from one end to the other. Floor to ceiling, the whole 9 yards. Somehow she talked me into recessed lighting. I don't know how that happened. Not to mention ripping out half the walls in this place. Oh, man. Now somehow we still managed to find time to do paint and body work, and we've taken on several projects and we got many more on the way. So I thought I would take you guys through some of that as well. You guys bear with me. This video is all over the place because I've personally been all over the place, and I thought I would bring you guys along with me. So here we go. Boy, you talk about swanky. Look at this. We got a tub in the floor. Yeah, get you some of that. But none of y'all got a tub in your floor. That should have been the first thing we tore out of here, to be honest. But we will definitely get to it. Interesting little side note, they built a grow house next door to my house, and well, it got busted the other night for human trafficking. Yeah, it turns out this place has an underground basement and it was full of people, women, children, and all. Well, what do we got now? This is a 1996 Chevy 3/4 ton pickup that's actually in pretty dang good shape. I mean, look at this thing. There isn't any rust on it anywhere. It's pretty clean. Got a nice little toolbox in the back. Now, it had a little issue in the front. I think you guys might have seen it. Look at there. We got a little work to do on this one. We want to make it all match. So I'm going to paint the hood and the fender, obviously. And I believe this thing down in here, too. But I know you guys like looking at these things, so I thought I'd give you a little walk around of it before we start working. This thing's in really good shape, y'all. Everything's still there. Nothing's been removed. You know, normally the AC compressors and stuff's gone. It's all here, every bit of it. Yeah, this one's got the small block in it, and it's got the third pedal. Yeah, I haven't seen a stick shift in one of these in a while. It seems like they're all automatics. Not this one, though. So I might have failed to mention this part here. I gotta fix that, too. Man, that gashed it plumb through. Look at that. What on earth? Yeah, we'll get in there, pull all that back out, and weld it back together, and it should be as good as new. We'll paint it at the same time we paint all this, obviously. Then it'll be as good as new. And there it is after a little bit of body work and a few coats of primer. I'm going to block this down here in just a little bit. I got to let it dry first. So hey, while that primer was setting up, rather than to sit around and wait on that, we ain't got time for any of that. We jumped around and did the rest of the paint work. Yeah, I went ahead and jumped over here and finished up the hood and the fender, got that straightened out. We even managed to paint the filler pieces, get that out of the way. I even edged in the bottom of the hood. I know what you're thinking, Weirdbeard, why didn't you bring this along for all that? Well, not to worry. I'm actually going to do some really in-depth paint videos. I've got some stuff in store for you guys, so just hang tight. I'm going to put that stuff together for you. This was just a little bit of spotting in for an old work truck. I didn't figure you guys would be too much into that, so kind of spared you most of that. But on the next ones, they'll be, I don't know, they'll be a little nicer, if you will. So, I thought maybe I'd bring you guys along for those. One of them's an old square body, and we're going to put like a showroom finish on this one. I mean, we're going to straighten it right out. Lots of block sanding, all of that stuff. So I figured I would bring you all along for that. A lot of you guys in the comment section said that you would want something like that. So you know what? We're going to do it. So no worries. Unwrapping is like my favorite part of these projects, I swear. Kind of like opening up Christmas presents, I guess. I don't know. And that brings us to this one. We got us a Ford Ranger in here, and it's in need of the Weirdbeard treatment. You can see here, It's a peeler, y'all. That's all got to get sanded back down. We got to feather all of it back and make it look nice and smooth. And then we can repaint the whole truck. That's what we're doing on this one, a complete reshoot. Yeah, that's going to take a little bit of work to make that nice. You can feel it, boy. It's oh, wow. Yeah, we got to work that down. Yeah, look at that. They're kind of flexible. I've been using it for a little while. Normally they're about that long, so I've got it wore down pretty good. But I think there's enough left to go over this hood. It's going to take this right down to the bare metal without digging into the metal, so that's exactly what we want. So there's what it looks like after we run over it with that grinder with that rubbery type of attachment on it. Works pretty good at getting that old loose paint and clear coat off of there. And then over here, this is what it looks like after we run over it with the sander, get everything all nice and smooth. That's what I'm doing there. That is 320 grit sandpaper, makes everything super smooth. And now I'm gonna go ahead and run over this area. And then we get to come over here and tackle all of this. Okay, so I kind of skipped ahead a little bit. Went ahead and got all that loose paint off of there. And now I'm just going through and just kind of wiping everything down. So my tape will stick. We're getting ready to start spraying this. I did do a little bit of disassembly. I didn't get super crazy with it. You can see where I just kind of pulled the moldings around the windows, got rid of the belt molding. And I'm going to leave the handles on this one. I normally don't do that, I know. But I did go through the trouble of doing stuff like this. That way we can get, these are super hard to tape around, and they usually end up peeling later because they're so hard to get sanded good and up close. So I just take them loose, and then now I can actually look, you can see where I actually got the sand underneath it. So we'll be good to go there. You know, just wiping around the windows. All I got is just a wet paper towel, lint-free paper towel with glass cleaner on it. And I just go around, and anywhere where I'm going to have tape for my masking and everything, I just get all of that cleaned up. Helps keep the tape, you know, makes the tape stick better, and all of that. You can see where we pulled the taillights out. Just little things. We didn't, like I said, didn't get super carried away with the disassembly. Now, basically, it's going to go with a coat of self-etching primer over all the bare metal areas only, and then we'll go with, follow that up maybe a coat of sealer, and then I'm going to hit it with the paint, and it should look just fine after that. And there it is after a nice coat of paint, looking pretty good. Got it all put back together. And she is about to be picked up and on her way home, and they're going to drop me off something else. Can't wait to see what it is. Okay, so here's the next one. This one got hit by a tornado, y'all. Yeah, we had a tornado come through the other night, and look what it did, boy. Golly, it just knocked the crap out of that bed and this cab corner over here. It actually had a barn from the neighbors next door come over here and just land right on top of this truck. It was crazy. Messed up the whole bedside, as you can see, cab corner there. The roof rail and part of the roof even. Not really sure how well you can see that on camera, but it's busted the light off obviously, but this whole area has been kind of smashed down, so we'll have to pull the headliner out and raise all that back up. See what it did to the hood here. Boy, it really got it. Yeah, I got both sides. This side's really bad. Yeah, you can see where it even got the fender there. We're going to fix that fender. I believe we're replacing the hood. And we did manage to source another bed, so we're going to pull this bed off and replace it. Yeah, it messed it up so bad the tailgate won't even shut right anymore. We got the same issue going on with the door here. The door doesn't quite shut like it's supposed to now. And we have no door gap at all. That's just the rubber gasket there. You can see where the cab side is actually forced its way underneath the door there. So we're gonna pull all of this out. In order to do that, we're gonna have to get in here and pull the headliner and everything out, along with the trim panels and stuff. So got a little work ahead of us on this one. And it even destroyed the windshield. And man, if you think this one's bad, you should see one of the other ones. It's on its way down. It's so bad, I don't even know if we should even be fixing it, that one. Yeah, just to give you an idea, it's gonna need a whole new cab and everything. Yeah, that one's going to be a fun job trying to get that cab off there with no lift or anything, but we'll get it. So y'all be sure to stay tuned for those videos. They ought to be pretty interesting. Got my oldest boy in here, Matthew. He's helping us today. Do you even lift, bro? There he goes.
Storm. Oh, there. I already did that.
You're doing a fine job.
Yeah.
All right, get this thing on the ground. It's making me nervous. There's no way to like really. Well, okay, so we did manage to get us a bed in here. And a brand new hood. Awesome. Now, unfortunately, the bed isn't new. It's used and it does have just a little bit of damage. You can see a dent there, another dent there, another dent there. In fact, we got a little bit more damage over on the other side. You can see we're going to have to feather back some scuffs, and I think there's a dent down in here somewhere. So it's kind of the way it goes when you get used parts. Not a big deal. Got a really good deal on this bed. I think it was like 300 bucks, if you can believe that. So it's to be expected that you might have to do a little bit of work on salvage parts, obviously. One other thing we got to do is we got to cut the little hole in the middle of the bed for the fifth wheel hitch. Be sure and take our time and do some careful measurements. You only get one chance on that, and you don't want to cut it in the wrong spot, I promise you. So I think what we're going to do on this one is an in-depth paint and body series where we're going to take you through all the steps from start to finish, everything from fixing the dents, priming them, blocking them, all of that stuff, painting, buffing, the whole 9 yards. We're going to take you through on this one because it's going to be a lot more involved than the standard sand and shoot like we did on the little white Ford Ranger. This one's going to be more like how we did this one over here. You guys, if you haven't seen the 1959 Dodge Coronet playlist, go check it out. We took this car down to bare metal. We did all the rust repair, all of the priming, blocking, everything from start to finish on that one. And we're going to do the same thing on this one. This is the old boy's personal vehicle, so we're going to really get in there and take our time and get everything just right on it. And I want to bring you guys along for that. Some of you guys have expressed interest in that, so we're going to do it. So be sure to stay tuned for that. That'll be on the next video, I promise you. So I had a couple bumpers show up. We're going to go ahead and paint these a nice shiny red. Hey, there's those bumpers that we shot the other night. They turned out pretty good. Got them all put back together and on the vehicle, as you can see. You guys have to pardon the wind noise. It's a little breezy today, but yeah, there's the back bumper there. Got this one all shined up and ready to go home. But we got a Mach 1 Mustang here, and it's in distress. Only one way to find out. Let's get in here. Let's give it a crank, see what happens. Oh, nothing at all. All right, well, we'll start with a battery. How about that? 32 valves. Oh, good. It's a top post. We've got one of those. Okay, so we got a charged battery in. It's a little too tall. Can't shut the hood, but it'll get us through this. Let's see what it does, if anything. What do I do with the key? It's trying. Okay, it tried. It let out a big puff of smoke. Let's see if it's got fuel pressure. Here's the Schrader valve on the fuel line. I thought we'd push it with the key on and see how much pressure comes out of it. You know, if it's got a lot of pressure, it should work, but there we go. Oh, see that barely, see that That is just barely coming up out of there. That should shoot like all over the place. In fact, if this wasn't in the way, it would shoot up and hit the bottom of this hood. All right, we're just gonna try this again just for shits and giggles, but there's no way it's gonna start. It just doesn't have enough pressure. You see, it tries, but it's just not enough pressure there to keep this big old motor running. My guess is it probably needs a fuel pump, and it is located back here somewhere. I'm not sure if it's in the tank. I believe it is. They usually are. A lot of times you could just beat on them and get them going again. It's been my experience though, once it starts that, you might as well just replace it. I was told that the car hasn't ran in about 8 months, so pretty common when they sit around for those electric fuel pumps to go out. Might have did it a little bit again. Banging on the tank, but I wouldn't trust it. Alright, she sounds good again. I think I'm out of here. Alright, running some more errands out here at the old salvage yard. Gotta pick up a few things. Check out this old prison bus while we're here. Look at that. That's pretty cool. I need this thing out at my place. Be a good place to store parts. I think that's what they're using it for, actually. We gotta get this old forklift going before we can do anything.
I hope so. I said it was on charter for 2 days. It better do something. I get the turn fast enough.
There we go. Now we're in business. Man, I like these old buses. They make good for storage. Yeah, check it out, all kinds of cool stuff up in there. There's the other one over here. Still got the engine and everything in it. Boy, I could dig in here for days. Some more hubcaps. I believe this is where forklifts come to die. I'm not really sure. We got an old Mercury Cougar, not sure what year it is. Got what's left of a roof off of something. I'm not even sure what that is. Let's just play a game, man. You guys leave me comments on what you guys think some of this stuff is and all of that, because I'm not really sure. Have a little closer look at some of the trim. I'll bet you one of y'all is gonna know what that came off of. I used to live out this direction, and that is right there something I do not miss. That was all day, every day. We're out here by Tinker Air Force Base. Here's an old Cadillac. Ain't been tagged since 1994. It's all there. I mean, most of it anyway. No drivetrain, no rear end, no suspension. What in the hell you mean it's all there? Look at this, man. Tell me you couldn't have some fun with this thing. Now this one is all there. Engine and all, man. Look at that. Boy, you could do something with that for sure. Boy, I'd like to have the front clip off of that one for mine. Has it been a while since y'all seen that? Well, there you go. You're welcome. Pretty sure that's an old Cadillac hood just because it's a mile long. And an old school bus. Look at all these old hubcaps. This is what we're after right over here, though. This big old beast. Well, we just about got her whooped now. Man, I got to get back to the house and try and get this AC hooked up. Did I mention I'm making house calls? Got me over here doing electrical work. I just hope I can remember where all these wires go. Well, there you have it, y'all. A quick little video to kind of get you guys caught up on what's going on around here, and not to worry, the next video will come much quicker. Like I said, I want to do a paint series on this truck, so stay tuned for that. Appreciate everybody being here. Hey, go check me out on Facebook, Weird Beard on Facebook, and you will get a notification every time I put a video out. Just in case YouTube doesn't notify you, it's been brought to my attention that sometimes they will literally unsubscribe you to channels. So you guys be sure to go check and make sure you're still subscribed. Hit the notification bell. That way you don't miss any of the upcoming videos. I've got plenty of them coming, y'all. Oh, and hey, you guys leave me a comment if you want to see some of the renovations on that little old house. I'll be sure and throw some clips here and there on that. I'm not going to do full-on videos on that. What I will show you guys the progress. It's going to be a cute little house when it's done. I'm convinced of it. We're going to see to it, and I know some of you guys are interested in that, so I will show some of that here and there. I've got lots of wiring going on that one. I got to put new fuse panels and everything in there. It ought to be interesting. We'll see how it all turns out. I'll be sure and show you guys the outcome of all of that. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. Thank you guys for joining me. I'll see y'all next time.